You got challenges that you're going to run across.
And we talked about this. Hey, we talked about this a few times before I got out. The time I had in there to be able to dictate how much I could devote to studying, reading books, and digging and researching. What I regret is that I didn't start producing books. Like I wrote down, they're written down, but I didn't write books. And I tell every time I go back to the joint, anytime I can talk to anybody that's in jail or the rehab center that got that time, they don't have to work and all that, start writing books. I don't care if they suck. I don't care if they've written right, because for what I do, what I figured out, the books is the money. Mm-hmm. If you want to do public speaking, if you ain't got a book, you don't have a draw, because the book, you got books. And I had all that time, and I should have been producing books. I produced a lot of programs, and a program and a book is different. I do regret that, even though it is what it is, and you still on your own time. But that right there, because what I found out about how these things work, the things that I want to do, and how to bring it to the markets and make money off of it, the books, the time I could have produced so many books, because, like we talk about that focus, not having bills to pay and go to work and here and hustle on the side over there and meet with them over there, driving, and it's totally different. Yep. So I just don't have the time to lock in for a month like I could do in there. I could lock in for a month and just decide to study something. I could have produced so many books versus programs. But I didn't
let me say this too, for a disclaimer for people listening for the first time. If somebody were to say, well, why did he say regret about the crime? Because he has said that, and he's talked about that for hours. We got other recordings of that. So I was talking more about what he answered on, because, he has that's why he's doing what he was doing. That's why he's doing what he's doing now, is to make amends, if he can, to what had happened. So I don't want anybody who's looking at this later on, because, people be looking to try to find something. He's already done that. He does it all the time, but that was not the question I kind of asked him. So at least you got a question?
The context, I think the question is how I spent my time, not how I got in, like a life regret, but a regret as far as in prison regret. Once I got in prison, what's the one thing I tell everybody, just write books. If they suck, it don't matter. Just write them. If it's super long, it can break, just write them. Because to get that focus to write them, to produce them, it can be tough.
Yeah.
It can be tough.
So Lou, you got out. You got out like around when we went into COVID, right?
No, it was after COVID.
We was coming out of COVID. 2020. We was coming out of COVID. Yeah, because it was a blessing. Everything about timing. Because I had to learn how to drive again and whatnot, and everybody wasn't coming out yet. It was still some people that was like, oh, they still in. Because I could tell a huge difference between last Christmas season, because I got in October, last November, December, when I got in 21, and this just past November, December, it's going now. Don't nobody believe in COVID no more. It's going back. I went to the store like the Thursday before Christmas. I was way back by the peas in the aisle. I was beating people. It was like just stuck in there. So, it's different now.
So
it
your
was
first
good though,
day
because it was
out,
moving slow.
Yeah. So I'm curious though. Your very first day out, what did you do?
That's so funny. I almost didn't get out. I almost didn't make it out.
Really?
Make sure that you like and subscribe and hit the all button and all that kind of stuff, because we're going to have a lot of good interviews on this podcast.